Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thanks so much for stopping by. Definitely take a look around. Let me know what you think. Today, we're going to be talking about Rift Raids in Disney Mirrorverse. Lots of stuff to talk about. We just finished our first full event, so let's go ahead and jump into it. But first, before we do, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. We have a ton of stuff to talk about. We just finished the first event for Rift Raids, and it was a lot of fun. So let's talk about the experience really quick. First, you go in there, you hit tier 1, and then you work through the different minions or the sentinels. Once you clear all of them out and you clear those sentinels out, you can hit the gatekeeper. You go ahead, work with your alliance to take down the gatekeeper, and then you continue to work up the different tiers. I think overall, as a game mode, I think it was great. I think the experience there overall was awesome. I think one piece of feedback that I would give as far as the energy portion of it is at any one time, whenever you do an 8-hour refresh, you get 2 attacks. That's it. It doesn't matter which tier you're on. When you get energy, you get 2 attacks. If you use your skips, each time you use the skip, you only get 2 attacks. So I think with that in and of itself, I think we would like to see a few more attacks, more than just jumping in there, hitting your 2 attacks and then waiting 8 hours and doing it again, especially for free-to-play players who are not going to spend orbs or money on the energy refreshes. I think being able to contribute a little bit more, I think would be good. I think the internal competition within the Alliance was awesome as well. That was a lot of fun. Communication definitely is key, so you know who's hitting what, so you don't double up. Now, when you double up, it's not so bad in the way of you're still contributing points to that overall event, but what it does stall is progression. So that's why you want to make sure, I mean, if 2 people easily can clear a minion, you don't want 2 people doubling up on a minion, because then that just reduces energy and progression right there. So definitely make sure to communicate there. I think that was fun as well. My alliance and I, we were all in Discord calling out which minions we were going to hit, or if we were going to go straight for a sentinel or what, or if we were going to start attacking the gatekeeper. That's fun. So I think what they were trying to accomplish by bringing people together, a reason for being in an alliance, creating something that a team will have to communicate and coordinate on, I think that was 100% successful. I think the energy needs to be recalibrated a little bit so that each time you get an energy refresh, you get a few more than 2 attacks. Maybe we get 4 or 5 attacks on each energy refresh. So just something there. I think also one thing to keep in mind is, as far as the refreshes go, that you can claim every 8 hours, which only gives you 3 in a day, unless you do your skips. The most beneficial piece of that really is the potions. You don't get a ton out of the energy. Like I said, you get the 2 attacks, but you do get quite a few potions. So I think those potions came in handy for me a few different times as I was fighting some of the more difficult battles against the gatekeepers and the sentinels specifically. All the minions were pretty easy for the most part to go ahead and take out. So I think overall they did great there. So that's one piece of feedback I have as far as the energy goes. The other piece, and these are really the only 2 major issues that I have with this game mode. It's fantastic. We need a better energy model. And then the other one has to do with rewards. So if you skip through the screen where it was showing you your ranking and you want to know where to go to take a look at that, just go to your Alliance tab, hit your Rift Raids up here and hit rankings, and you'll see where you landed. So I think for us, it was really cool, actually. We hit star rank, which is awesome. That's the top. We got 24. We were in the top 25, which is absolutely awesome. The challenge here had to do with the rewards. And let's see if the rewards are still in my mail. Let me pop over here really quick. Yeah, right here. This is what we got. For being in the highest rank, top 25 alliance out of all alliances in the game, this is what we got. We got 0 T4s. And this is where the bulk of the feedback is coming from. I mean, you could put aside the energy and stuff like that. Really, I think the critical piece here is the rewards, because the whole reason for Rift Raids was to use it as a mechanic to farm T4s. Now, this is my biggest concern. This is feedback that I provided to the devs. My biggest concern is when T4s were in dungeons, every single player out there on the planet had an opportunity to get T4 rewards. It was really a matter of how much the player was going to invest and if they can get up to that points total, which that points total was pretty reasonable, at least for your first reward for T4s. The more you put into it, the more you got, and later on you get some additional T4 rewards as well. But here in Rift Raids now, that's gone. Not everybody has a fair shot or has a guaranteed shot at T4 rewards, and I think that's a miss, because we're taking something that was good for free-to-play players and putting them into an environment where it's not going to be as good, because again, everybody could get T4s out of the dungeons. Everybody cannot get T4s out of this. And even with this here, what you have to do is you have to score in the top two of each rank. So you got to be rank 1 or rank 2 in the different ranks. So Meteor, Star, and Comet, those are the top 3, and you have to be at least rank 1 or 2 in each one of those in order to get T4s. And anything less, you're not. So it's that's the biggest concern here, and I think the devs are listening. They're taking a lot of the feedback back. I know that those of us who are part of the KCP, we gave a lot of feedback at the pretest. We gave a lot of feedback today once the results came out as well. But also the community is giving a ton of feedback to the developers as well. So I ask that any thoughts you have, any suggestions, your feelings about Rift Raids, definitely leave them in the comment section below. You can go over to the Discord and and give them your feedback as well. Let's be constructive about it. There's some people, I'll just call it out, some people are just being mean, which is just, honestly, it's uncalled for and rude, and it doesn't need to happen. These developers, any developer out there wants to make a good game, and really the best way to help from our perspective is to provide that constructive feedback and not take it personal, because it's just rude. Like I said, I'm going to call it out. There's some mean people, and I try and avoid I try to ignore some of that stuff and look at some of the more constructive feedback, because that's where ideas come from. That's where collaboration comes from, and I think it's a great tool to use if people look at it in the right way. And as far as tool, I mean feedback. All right, that is what I had for you. I think it's a fantastic game mode, tons of fun. We need to look at a better energy model, and we need to fix the rewards. Other than that, I think it was a success. So if we can get those things taken care of, I think it'll make quite a few people happier. Because if it doesn't, I think the game may be in a little bit of trouble. So, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the devs come up with as far as some way to balance this based on the feedback that they get from the community. All right, that's it. I'm droning on now. That is what I had for you. Definitely let us know your thoughts. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.